This is Jim from Team Prodigy.
And Bob from Team One Star.
Last episode, we went through the hardest holes in Bell County. We did number 10 down to number 6. Now today, we're going to go through holes 5 through 1 to tell you what are the 5 hardest holes to play in Bell County. Coming up first is number 5 over at Heritage Oaks.
Tough hole, man. And the grass is knee high, man. It's crazy. It's like Vietnam.
Yep, it is pretty hard hole, but it's fun to play, and we enjoy it. So number 5 on our list today, number 5 at Heritage Oaks.
It's a musket.
Musket. This golf course is great. I just wish they would upkeep it better. It's not a lot of fun to play when it's like this. Go ahead, Bob. Right down the middle. See where it lands. Perfect, right down the middle. I'm going to throw a D4 and see how we do here.
Right on top of me.
Right on top. Now we just got to go find it. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Okay, so we got through the weeds. We're 200 feet away. Tight fairway.
Come on.
Short green. Can't be short. Got to throw it. I'm going to throw an M3 and see how we do.
There you go. Get underneath that limb. Dude, that's part. Good shot.
So we'll see. It's just long. That's the other thing about this hole. It's so hard. If it's a par 4, it's an easy par 4. But as a par 3, it's hard. Go.
Probably farther away.
Yeah, we do. See if we got over the creek. I keep saying it again and again. And what a fantastic course, but you can't play it because it's not kept up well. It's frustrating. At the city, it's such a great course. Travis and them do a great job. And then you got to wade through the weeds. Got my 3.
Got it.
Good putt. Both made 3.
That's the 5th hardest hole.
Yep.
Heritage Oaks.
Number 5 at Heritage Oaks.
Number 5 at Heritage Oaks. We wanted to play the whole course today, but it's just too deep with stuff. So we're only going to go to the toughest holes.
Yep. So let's move on to number 4, and Bell County has the toughest holes. We've reached the 4th hardest hole here in Bell County. We've zipped over from Heritage Oaks and the uncut grass. We're over here at Crossroads. We're number 16. It's a 600-foot par 4 with a tight gap on after the second shot. Bob, why is this hole so hard?
Because there's a big old creek and a very small opening to get through. And you got to really heave one up there to get over the creek on your second shot. Usually you're doing a drive and then laying up to get over the creek.
Yeah, so it's about 320. You go through a gap here down the fairway. The fairway is a lot more open since the storms. This would probably be number 2 or number 1, maybe even number 1 in the area if it wasn't for the May storms. Took out a lot of trees. So you got about a 300-foot shot. You can throw a forehand shot. It's got a tight gap, probably 60, 70 feet wide. And then you got to turn left and then go across the creek and then up to the hole to get the shots. Usually for the most players, it's going to take 2 shots to get to the outlet, and then you got to do 3, 4. So it's an easy 5. Some people can throw a big forehand. A friend of mine got eagled this hole the other day, got a 3. So we're going to go ahead and try to play it. Number 16 at Crossroads is the 4th hardest hole in Bell County. Let's see how we do.
Dude.
Down the gap a little bit.
There's nothing wrong with that one.
I know. I might have to try a forehand shot. It's such an easier hole now that lost a couple trees, but it still is very daunting. Tee shot. Oh, you went either. See how that goes. You want to try that out.
Yeah, well.
Well, you get to throw a second one. We're all get to throw a second one, so we're playing around a little bit here. The tree is down, so there's a little hyzer gap, but it's pretty high, so.
Beat it. Get around it.
It's out there. I don't know if that's going to be good. I think I'm going to take that H7 and just kind of go from there. Get through. There you go. Down the fairway. Lima Bob probably threw a great tee shot. He's still 150 feet from the gap. You can't get through. You can't cut over. You're going to have to take a little up shot. You're going to have to really bomb the short shot even to have a chance to get over 4. if we get over. So Bob's going to do a little upshot, right?
Yep. That's still
Now
not.
he's right at the gap. If you don't have a 350-foot forehand, it's really hard to get to that gap. I'll show you how wide that gap is in just a second. So there's my dilemma. I got a great drive, but I'm still, 100 feet from the gap, 150 feet. I can't get over, so I got to take two. That's why this hole is so hard. You got to have a big shot. If you don't have a big shot, then you're automatically laying up for two all the time to get over.
It's safe.
Here we go. I'm at the mouth of the gap, 180 feet away. I'm going to throw my M3, see if I can find the gap, get up there and turn it up there by the hole.
There you go. Skip up there.
This is the creek that you got to throw over. 35-foot gap, about a 50-foot wide creek.
A lot of brush.
A lot of brush. That's why this hole is so hard. That's why it's so fun.
My chance at par. I'm going to try to get it over that limb and just drop it on there. Ooh.
Right at it. 3 pretty good shots on this hole, and I am 45 feet uphill from the basket for a 4. That's why this hole is one of the hardest holes in the county. I think I'm going to putt this more than once, Bob.
Gotcha.
Almost. There's my 4 or 5. Let's see if this one goes.
Get up. Get up.
Oh. Take my 5. You know, for people with average skill ability, this is a par 5. So it's a tough hole. If you get a 4 or even a 3 on this hole, it's fantastic. That's why it's one of the harder holes in the county. If you make good shots, you're still going to have some tough shots you got to make. You're going to have to learn to turn over a shot to get over the creek. You still got a long uphill putt. I had a 45-footer. So this is one of our favorite holes in Bell County. This is number 4 on our list. It's number 16 at Crossroads. Let's see where number 3 takes us. Okay, we find ourselves back at Heritage Park for the 3rd hardest hole in Bell County. It is number 5 on the red and the white layout. Peyton Mansell designed this hole. Why is this hole so hard, Bob?
You got a Mando at 549 feet. Now, I can't even throw it that far, so you got to put yourself in a good position just to get to the fairway.
Exactly. So it's like 600 feet to the Mando.
Right.
The double Mando is 50 feet wide. Then you're going to have to play another hole down the trees in a 50-foot tree-lined fairway. A lot of distance. You usually got the wind in your face. Sometimes they disco all over the place in the wind. They pull the turns it over. So you got to make 3 good shots to get in position. Then hopefully you can make a putt on the 4th or 5th shot to get yourself a par. So it's par 5, number 5, Heritage Park, red and the white blue layout. Let's see how we do. Throws my Prodigy D4 Spectrum. Let's see how we do here. Lightweight, 164 grams. No wind today. Make this hole a whole lot easier with no wind. Let's see how we do. Try to get down there in a position for me about 300 feet down, 325 maybe. See how we do.
I'm trying to lightweight disc, a bolt, a 151 bolt.
There you go. Get yourself in position and get to the gap. There we are out in the middle of nowhere. We're about 280 feet from the Mando. Got to get to the left, to the right of that big tree where the cones are. Come throw a D1 and see how we do. But they kind of go up there and fade a little to the left. Give me a shot down that Mando hole. Sawed it off, but I'm going to be in the Mando. Little left.
I'm going to aim at that Mando tree. Hopefully I can just beat it a little bit and land in the fairway there. Hopefully. It's on.
Good shot. Going to be right in the gap.
Too much of a skip, though. Wow. Turn over, turn over. Grab another one.
That's fine.
It's in the middle, at
Put it
least.
in the middle. We'll go right there. That's one of the dangers. I missed the gap. So now I'm 300 feet away and 3.
Just trying to keep it in the middle if I can with the jade. Oh, too high.
Get through, get through, get through.
Die.
Down there. One of the dangers of the hole. I hit a tree coming in. I'm about 380 feet away. Went 4 shot. You can easily get a big number here if you're not careful. But hopefully I don't get one. I'm going to throw an H7, see if I can get up there and kind of turn over a little bit. I turned that one over a minute ago. There we go. Get down there.
Slide. Go. Sit. Stay.
Okay. Bob's 240 feet away. Gonna have the last little part of this green. You got it. Perfect. Turned it over right underneath the green. And he's got a putt for par. That's all you can ask for on this hole. Great shot, Bob. We navigated 900 feet of fairway. Now you got the last shot. Here's the fun one now. Got to get up the hill to elevated green. With on my 83, it's going to turn it over right up by the basket.
Yeah.
I got to make a putt for a bogey. Bob, see if you can make a par.
Don't be a knucklehead. Go for it. Commit.
Good 5, Bob. Let's see if I can make my 6. So on some of these holes, you just want to get finished and get on to the next one.
Yeah.
Third hardest hole in Bell County, number 5, Heritage Park white and a red layout, 1,054-foot par 5. We have reached the second hardest hole in Bell County. We're back here at Crossroads. This is hole number 24, 573 feet. Thing about this hole is there's a gap about 50 feet wide right in front of you, about 100, 125 feet with a tree in the middle. You got to get through the gap, hard left. You got out of bounds on the right. Bob, why does this hole make it so hard for you?
You have to make a technical shot just to get across the creek, which is about 20 to 25 feet deep. And it's not fun if you don't make it.
Yeah, so it's a long way. Sometimes you got the wind in your face. You got to get across the creek, and then you got to have a row of trees. We'll show it up there. We get a row of trees to get through as you approach the basket. This is a hard hole. It's par 4. Again, for players like me, it's easy. It could be an easy par 5. Second hardest hole in Bell County, number 24 at Crossroads. Let's see how we do. Bob piped it, so he's going to be a good spot for a 4 or 5. So I'm going to throw my FX3, see if I can get it to get through the gap, about 125 feet, and then turn it over here. Let's see how we do.
There you go. Beautiful shot.
Through there.
Solid.
Now we've reached the fun part of this hole. Why this hole is the second hardest. You got a good tee shot. Now I'm 200 feet away from a line of trees. The road is out of bounds. The green is tucked around the corner. You really don't have a good approach shot. You got to do it. I'm 200 feet away. I'm going to throw my D1. See if I can get it to turn over a little bit.
There you go. You're going to love that shot. Beautiful. Still. Slow speed.
What is that, Essence?
Yep. 8,
Essence.
6, negative 2, 1.
We've got to get one up through the trees. Now let it turn left. There we go. Step perfect. Now he's got a great look at the green. Now we can go ahead and see if we can make our 4. So there we go, third shot. Got a perfect gap at about 190 feet. One thing you don't really notice now, the next dilemma of this hole is you get past these trees, the wind's blowing. You don't even feel it when you're in the trees, but you get up there, it's really blowing this way right to left. So I'm going to throw my M3 going right down the road, and hopefully it will turn over where I want it.
There you go. That's parked. Dude, that's
A little long, but I'm going to have a putt for a 4. Turn, baby.
blow, wind, blow.
Yep. Beautiful shot. Played the wind, played the line. Now he's got a putt at it. 1, 2. There, Brian Newby. I made 2 putts on camera. Let me get the camera. I think you got it. Go ahead, Bob. Make a putt. There we go. We both made 4 on the second hardest hole in Bell County. We're finished up hole number 24 at Crossroads. That is the second hardest hole to play here in Bell County. It's a fantastic hole. For a little short throwers like me, I'd love it to be a par 5, but we just made a 4. So we'll take that. It's a wonderful hole. You got to have a technical shot off the tee. You got to position your second shot. Then you got an easy chip up. Hopefully the wind doesn't bother you or the road doesn't bother you. Great hole. Enjoy. You can take 8s on this hole, 9s. If you don't get across that gap, it's a tough hole. So we really enjoy this. This is our second hardest hole in Bell County, which is number 24 at Crossroads. Let's go find out what number 1 is. I love that hole at Crossroads. It drives me crazy. Sometimes I don't get through the gap, and then that hole is so long, you could be a 6 or a 7 in a minute. But that's why that hole is the hardest, one of the hardest holes in Bell County. But it's not number one. We're talking about what do we think is the hardest hole in Bell County. And in this hole is the one that we started thinking about 3 or 4 holes before. It's the one that drives you crazy. It can get you a big number in a hurry. It's number 14, 5th Street, 646-foot par 4. Got a creek on the left that circles into the front. You got a tight gap to go through off the tee, and then you got the gap to get over the creek into the green. Bob, what do you think about that hole?
The depth perception is kind of weird because you can see the bushes, but it's on the other side of the creek, and there's a creek between you and the basket too. And the depth perception is really tough.
You know, you don't really also, the hole is, it's long enough where you got to throw some shots to get down there. But then now the fairway is so tight that, you know, sometimes you try to overthrow and then you're left and then you're right and then you're in all kinds of trouble. What we think is the hardest hole of Bell County, you might disagree or agree. Number 14 at 5th Street. Enjoy.
Come on, beat it.
Through there.
Beat it. Fairway, right straight.
I'm back. I think Bob got it perfect. Okay, you're 370 feet away from the creek. Bob, go for it. Get in position, turn it over. Perfect shot. Did you tumbleweed?
No, that was a mamba.
That was a beautiful shot.
There you go. I'm gonna have to go on the other side to get it.
Oh, great shot, Bob.
There you go. Good comeback. Good comeback.
Thank you. Okay. That wraps up our list of the 10 hardest holes in Bell County. You might have a different opinion on what hole's hard for you, but we thought number 14 at 5th Street was the hardest hole that we get to play. The city of Temple has done a great job clearing it up. It wasn't nearly as daunting as I remember at the overgrowth, but it's still a very hard hole. You can have 3 good shots. Bob was able to get a 4 on that hole and did a great job. That wraps up our list of the 10 hardest holes in Bell County. Bob, what do you think of our list?
Ridiculous. That beat me up.
You know, if we put all 10 of those in one course, we'd probably shoot a really high number.
Yeah.
But we had some fun with it. We walked around and enjoyed ourselves. This is Jim from Team Prodigy.
And Bob from Team One Star.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and to comment on the channel and let us know what you think are the hardest holes in Bell County. Bob was saying on the last episode, hey, we need your feedback. We're working on another list, the 10 funnest holes in Bell County. Well, what are those lists? Give us a comment. Let us know where we're going. We're going to be out and about filming it. Look for us as we're filming the 10 funnest holes in Bell County. That wraps it up for today. And again, this is Jim.
This is Bob.
We'll see you down the road. Thank you.
And thank you for watching.
Perfect.